change.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah, but you never know. I can
Actually,
guarantee if I put them out on the 14th, there'll be a frost that night.
absolutely.
So Rabbi Camel, you're at home, but looking like you're at the synagogue?
Well, I actually am at the synagogue, but I'm in my office.
You sort of look like Humpty Dumpty on the wall. It's very funny. A very young Humpty Dumpty.
Thank you, thank you.
It's very weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna for the sermon part. I'm gonna run back in to the sanctuary, and then I'll come back here. Just highlighting, we have as I'll explain, we have kind of a very hybrid, even like a thrybrid, we would say, of
Corned beef on fry bread.
Oh yes, 6th grade parts that are recorded and ready to go as soon as I click it. 6th grade parts of people that are doing it on Zoom, and then 6th grade parts that are doing it in person. So all three are
oh
happening.
my God.
I was thinking, if we're going to continue to have in person as well as Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
might actually think about having a camera sort of in the front of the sanctuary, off to the side, looking at the audience.
Congregation.
At the congregation. Sorry about that.
Easy enough to do. You just need a computer or a phone to do that. Oh, but Rabbi Kaznowski is actually giving us a look right now. Oh, that's really nice.
I didn't see it, but did we see the congregation just now?
Yeah. Look at Rabbi Kaznowski's.
Here, I don't see where.
Oh, here. I will do that spotlight thing I was talking about.
Ah, there we go. Okay, I saw
Oh,
it.
got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's Paul.
I'm there.
Hello, Paul Hines.
people are coming in.
Let's see. I think I see Mike Sawyer. Doing well.
Really?
Mhm.
I think so.
Hey, Cindy, how are you?
What's there?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
Hello.
David Wood, Cindy,
Hi.
Marcus Lawson, Rabbi Kosnowski, Mitch Williams. Wow.
It is good to see the Williams and the Hermans.
Oh,
Asher and Abby
Excuse-
have months tonight. They're
Excuse
actually-
me.
you done anything, Vicki?
Excuse me. I need some help. I
What's
can't
up,
get my picture on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Langston, go to the lower left-hand corner of your screen. There should be an icon that looks like a video camera.
Yeah.
Does it have a line going through the video camera?
Yes.
Click on that.
I did. Nothing happened.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I would log out and log back in.
Okay. All right.
That's the question.
yeah, that should have turned your camera on.
Mitch Williams, where are you?
They moved back.
Oh,
Right
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. What did you do? Oh, I see, but what did you do with the phone?
It's a bag. Say,
Did I put our virtual background back in?
Yes, I will. It's fun. Goodbye. What's that?
The Sagrada Familia. Lean close. Move
John
close.
Eulenberg, I don't think we've met, have we?
John?
And I am.
John, how are you?
He's
Good
doing
girl.
good.
here, I just was trying to unmute.
Ah.
I'm the grandpa of the Williams family.
Ah.
Got it.
Oh, welcome. Good to
And
have you.
I have, over the years, I've attended many happy events and services. Right now, we're living in Michigan, so I'm in Okemos near Lansing, Michigan.
Oh, I went to Michigan State. I know them as well.
Go green!
All right, all right.
Well, then
I'm
I
originally from Ann Arbor.
I will tell, I will
Well,
tell
we've
you
got-
a very lovely story about your grandson. When he was in my kindergarten class, we were talking about what do we want to be when we grow up. I can't even remember the reason we were doing it. What do you want to be when you grow up? He wants to be a daddy, like his father.
Aw.
And I thought that was so sweet.
So I have two grandsons.
So tell me their names.
So Asher and Colin.
Asher's on here, right?
Asher's here.
Asher.
Asher is there. Hi, Asher.
And
Yep.
Asher, was it when you were in my class that you said that? I think so.
I'm not entirely sure. It might have been.
It might have Do you remember my class?
Yes. Yeah, I believe I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you.
Yeah.
But it was so sweet. You know, it just said volumes about how you feel about your family. And what a great dad you have.
And you do.
Dad.
Yeah.
His dad was in the same tuba euphonium school as my son Eric. A few years apart, but yep, the same professor at U of I.
Langston.
Okay, Langston, you're
Oh,
on.
yeah,
See you
yeah,
there.
here.
We see you, Langston. You're still on mute, but we can see you. You've got the video now.
Thanks a lot.
Up now you're okay. You're live.
Thank you. I am.
Which
Thanks a
sort of-
lot.
Which sort of keeps being an old fart. I remember is it live or is it Memorex?
Okay.
That's really old.
That's really old. Yes. Yes. When you recorded things on tape, I know.
Yes, indeed. Hello, Notarises. And Mike Field, what's new with you?
You're on mute.
I'm not on mute anymore. Things are good.
Good.
Just got my first vaccine dose last weekend,
Good.
so just trying to stay healthy still. But things are good. Busy at work. Busy.
Which vaccine did you get?
Pfizer.
Yeah, that's the one. Judy and I got that. Just make sure you're hydrated well before the second dose.
Oh, you mean I should be drinking more wine?
No, that is not good for hydration.
No,
Works for me.
Yep. Shabbat shalom. That's good to see everybody. I'm just actually looking at my retreat form to see what I want to do. I don't know if everybody else is going.
My grad school reunion is that weekend. I'm going to be cleaning out, I guess.
Your grad school reunion? Is that what you said?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I didn't know graduate students had reunions.
We do. We have every 10 years, I think. Maybe every 5. People show up, but it's kind of fun. The last time, only 6 people came from the class from David Booth, who, Booth Graduate School of Business.
Ah, okay.
What he did. What he
Well,
did.
congratulations on surviving another 5 years.
47, I guess we better mute.
Yes, I believe
Yep.
we can start muting ourselves soon. And yeah, we'll get going at 7:30. We still have a few minutes for those who want to talk amongst themselves.
Where is Cindy? Are you still on here? Oh, Cindy, check your text messages on your phone. I need your opinion.
No worries, Mitch. I know I can see it. No problem. Because he's doing, well, he has a few things that he's doing. That's live. He's doing our Avodah, it looks like. Yes. Yes. So we will ask people to begin to mute as we approach our holy time of Shabbat. Oh, well, that won't be long. So, see you there. Shabbat Shalom, Len. Shabbat Shalom, Taylor. But I don't think I said Shabbat Shalom to the Kara. No, it's back here. Let me just make sure. Those are all recorded. Make sure those are recorded. Ava's here. Game's recorded. Here. Great. All right. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our service tonight. Welcome to our wonderful service. Of course, not just a hybrid service tonight, but actually a wonderful, I will call it a thrybrid service, where you will see, of course, people in person, people on Zoom, and actually people recorded for their parts, because tonight we are not just, of course, celebrating Shabbat. Of course, we're celebrating Shabbat, but also celebrating our wonderful 6th grade class. A class that has just been our 6th grade Shabbaton, one that I have had the honor of being able to teach Judaica to on Wednesday evenings for this past year, gotten to know, and of course really saw, just wonderful wisdom coming from the group that we have here tonight, even in this difficult time of learning, of course, online. We'll hear a little bit more about that later, but very excited to have our 6th grade class here tonight. So tonight, we are in the 2nd week of the Hebrew month of Iyar, the month after Nisan, the month of Pesach, the month that is completely, I believe, almost in the Omer, this time of counting that we do where we take account of our life. And as we begin our service tonight, it is my pleasure to invite up our Cindy Michalasi to lead us in the song Hine Matov, the song saying how wonderful it is that we can come together together as we all dwell together here on this wonderful and holy day of Shabbat.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומנעים שבת אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומה ומנעים אוי 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 שבת אחים גם יחד שבת אחים אוי אחים גם יחד הנה מה טוב ומה נעים אוי 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 שבת אחים גם יחד שבת אחים אוי אחים גם יחד שבת אחים אוי אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom. It is my pleasure to welcome to our Bima candles our very own 6th grade teacher extraordinaire, Judy Miller. She's going to come to the Bima to sanctify our Shabbat candles, and I'm going to use one of the cameras to capture Judy doing the Shabbat blessings and show you a little bit of what the sanctuary looks like.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Wonderful. We come now to our service, to our Ma'ariv service, where we bring in the holiday of Shabbat. I invite everyone to please rise in either body or spirit, as I invite Keaton, of course, although recorded, to lead us in our Baruch Hu.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah. Baruch Adonai Hamvorah leolam va'ed.
Everyone may be seated as we come now to our Ma'ariv, and my pleasure to invite up to our Ma'ariv for our recorded, in part of this recorded service, Alex, Josh, and Keaton.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhmah poteach sha'ariv uvit ta'una mashaneh itim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakokavim b'mishrotehem Barakia Kirsono. Borei Yom Balawa Golel Or Mipne Chosha. Bachosha Mipne Or. Uma'avir Yom Umevi Wila. Umavdil Bain Yom Uvain Wila.
Adonai Tzvaot Shemo. El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yemloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim.
So thank you so much to Alex, Josh, and Keaton for that wonderful Ma'ariv. I do want to point out that in addition to providing us with the prayers and blessings tonight, the 6th grade has made this wonderful visual tefillah that you can see, of course, wonderful pictures to help us understand and better get a sense of what these prayers are all about. And now, although Keaton, of course, just had his recorded part, it is my pleasure to invite up Keaton to read for his English part of the Ahavat Olam. And Keaton, let me bring you on up to our virtual Bima.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us.
And now we continue with Jack leading us in our Chatimah of the Ahavat Olam.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
It is now my pleasure to invite everyone to rise in either body or spirit as Jack continues to lead us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai, Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Ba'ed. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one.
Everyone may be seated as we come now to our Ve'ahavta prayer, which I apologize, I've not been giving the page numbers for those who are in the sanctuary. And if my memory is correct, I guess it would be 36 for page 36 for the Ve'ahavta. And we will have Riley, Abby, and Asher lead us in our Ve'ahavta prayer.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha behol levavacha uvahol nafshecha uvahol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anoki mitzavacha hayom al levavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibartam bam. Okay. V'shivtecha v'veitecha uvlektecha v'derach uvshakbaha uvkunmecha ukshartam laot al yedecha v'hayu letotafot bain einecha uktabtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
Lama'an tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiyot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Wonderful, and thank you so much, Riley, Abby, and Asher, for that wonderful reading of our Ve'ahavta. I believe I do see Jenna in our Zoom room. If you'd like to come up to read the Emet Ve'emunah, if you'd like.
Sure.
Wonderful. Here, let me just bring you on up. Oh, where would you go? There you are. Ooh, I'm sorry. Always takes a minute to find everybody in the Zoom room. There we go. All right. Here, Jenna, let me put my, or put your part up here. There we go.
Standing on the parting shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at signs that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Thank you so much, Jenna. Wonderfully done. And now I will invite up our song leader, Cindy, to lead us in the Micha Mocha on page 40, I believe, in our Sidurs. Thank you so much for that Micha Mocha, and it is now my pleasure to invite up Jesse for our Hashkivenu on page 43.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Thank you so much, Jesse. And now we continue on page 44 with our Vishamru, a prayer that we have just for Shabbat.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Beriton Vam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Beriton Vam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Beriton Vam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Beriton Vam Kisheshet Yamim Asa Adonai et HaShamayim et Haaretz Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Beriton Vam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat L'dorotam Beriton Vam Uvayom Hashvi'i Shabbat Vayinapash Shabbat Vayinapash השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם, ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם, ברית עולם.
We pause before we begin our Shemona Esrei, our Avot, Gevurot, and Akah Kadosh. We have some students who are live in person in our sanctuary, and we want to keep everybody safe, but we want everyone to see their beautiful punim. So we're going to keep you socially distanced and separated and ask that Ava and Charlie come and sit over on the side, and when it's your part, you're going to go behind the screen, come up to the bima. You are allowed to remove your mask just for your part, then you put it back on, and you're going to stand off to the side, and then other people will do their parts. Charlie, you'll do your part, and then Ava, you'll come back up. All right? You got it? Okay, so Charlie and Ava, you're going to sit like 6 feet apart. Excellent. And Rabbi, take it away.
Wonderful. Well, as we come now to our Amidah, our Tefillah, we are going to invite up either in our recording or to the bima or our virtual bima. We have Ava, Hayden, Ava, Hayden, Ava again, Charlie, and Asher to lead us in our Avot. And I invite everyone to please rise in either body or spirits.
Go ahead and take it.
This isn't the right page.
Oh.
Yeah. You doing that part?
No, that's not my part.
That's not your part? Okay. Is that your part?
I think so.
Okay. So let me start.
Is this the Mari or the Avot?
Yeah, this is the Avot. So we're going to start here. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hako, V'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi gula livnei v'nehem, lema'an shemo be'ahava.
Wonderful. Ava.
El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'konei Hako, V'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, u'mevi gula livnei v'nehem, Raman Shemo B'Ahava, Malach Azir, Mashiach Unagim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Abraham Bezrat Sarah. El Havadol.
Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Metim Atah Rav Le'Ushia, Me'orid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayei Metim Barachamim Rabim, Sumech Noflim V'Rufei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umachayim Emunato Lishenei Afar.
Oh, and now we will bring up Charlie if you want to come up for your part here. If not there, we can still do the recording of your part too.
So Rabbi, I have a great idea.
Oh, sure.
We're going to do the recording, but we're going to have Charlie stand up here on the bima and look really cute.
That sounds
Come
great.
on up. Come on up, Charlie. So come stand right here. Whoops. Come stand here. You're perfect. Come stand here. If you're going to take your mask off, look really cute at one of the 4 cameras. Go ahead, Rabbi. Go ahead and play the recording.
All right.
Mi chamocha ba'al gevurot umi domela
melech, memit, umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata l'chachayot metim, baruch ata Adonai, mechaye ha-metim.
Wonderfully done, Charlie. As we come now to our Kedusha, which was actually done by Ava as well, if she wants to come on back up, but we have the recording of it too.
Ata kadosh, v'shimcha kadosh, ukdoshim b'chol yom, yehal lucha, selah baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Wonderful. Everyone may be seated. And it is my pleasure, Ava, wonderfully done, both in live person and on the recording for everyone involved. And my pleasure now to invite up to lead us in our Avodah on page 56, Asher, who's going to lead us in our, that's easy to find, Asher, to lead us in our Avodah.
Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'odcha levadcha b'yira na'avod.
Amen. Thank you so much, Asher. And now I believe to come up to the bima, we will invite Joanna to lead us in our Hoda'ah, our prayer that gives thanks.
Do you want the step or do you want it to go away?
I think I can use it.
Go ahead. Yep, good.
All right, so I'm reading now?
Yep.
Okay. Modim anachnu la, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, le'olam va'ed. Tzor hayenu, magen yishenu, ata hu lador vador. Next part.
Wonderfully done, Joanna.
Read the next part too. Baruch ata Adonai, hatov shimha uha, na'eh lahodot.
Amen.
Nice.
Wonderfully done to all of our 6th grade students who were able to lead us in our service tonight. We now go to page 60 for Shalom Rav, followed by silent meditation.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam, Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam, Tasim Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam, Tasim le'olam. L'tov be'einecha, levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chol leil v'chol shah, Shlomecha. Shalom Rav Shalom Rava Yisrael Echad. Shalom Roma, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Say Shalom Roma, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom Roma, Uyase Shalom Aleinu. Yase Shalom. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom Roma, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom Roma. Shalom Aleinu. Ose Shalom Bimroma. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
We come now to Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of the Torah. And I warn you that we have 4 different cameras going on in the sanctuary right now, 2 up here on the bima and 2 in the sanctuary. So sit tight while I give lots of instructions. Our camera person in somewhere in America who is leading the cameras, I'm going to ask that you keep the camera on the Torah tonight. So if it's the main camera, please point it toward the ark when I go and get the Torah, and when I bring it around into the sanctuary, see if you can get some of that as well. You here in the sanctuary, I'm going to put my mask back on, and you are not going to rush the Torah to touch it. We're not there yet. We're still social distancing, but I want the Torah to be in and amongst the people. I am going to be sprinting with the Torah around the sanctuary, but at least you'll see it as it flies by. I am wearing high heels, so I'm not flying that quickly. But when we come back up, I will take my mask back off, and we will have our Torah service. So I ask everyone to please rise as we perform Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of the Torah. Please be seated. Our Torah portion, Achrei Mot Kedoshim, is a double portion. We are in what is called a pregnant year, where we have double portions, and any non-pregnant year, the portions spread out and we have one on each month, but one on each week. But this year we have a couple of them stacked. So I will not be reading from Achrei. I will be reading from Kedoshim, which begins with the command to the entire nation of Israel to be holy, emulating the supreme sanctity of God. And the Torah goes on to talk a lot about different mitzvot through which we can achieve sanctity, covers a wide range of subjects, positive and negative, such as the command to fear our parents, to keep Shabbat from being desecrated, and to, of course, refrain from the worship of idols. We are instructed to leave gifts from our harvest for the poor, for the widow and the orphan, and we have to always maintain justice, have honest dealings with our neighbors, and generally care for others as we do for ourselves. You can follow along in our Torah, in our Chumashim, the large maroon books that you got when you came into the sanctuary. I will be reading on page 693, or I'm going to use the front camera as my Torah cam, and Rabbi Camel is going to spotlight it, and we'll see if we can't have a little Torah cam, Torah reading. But now, we call to our ceremonial bima, because she's in the Zoom room, our very own Hannah, who is Madricha extraordinaire, and we are so thrilled that you have been our Madricha for 6th grade this year. Ta'amod Bluma Bat Chana La'aliyah HaTorah.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten.
I think we got the end of that cut out, but we're going to all say Amen. Amen. Vayadaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Daber el b'nei kol edat b'nei Yisrael, va'amarta alehem, Kedoshim tehiyu ki kadosh, ani Adonai Elohechem. Ish imo ve'aviv tira'u, ve'et shabtotai tishmoru, ani Adonai Elohechem. El tifnu, el ha'elelim, ve'elohei masecha, lo ta'asu lachem, ani Adonai Elohechem.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Our thoughts now turn to those of our community and families who are ill and in need of healing. We think this evening of Elwood, Frederick Bryan, Rick Westerman, Laura Alberton, Mark Zellman, Sarah Vered Bat Shoshana, Richard Hoffman, Evan Georgie Johnson, Kathleen Minardi, Margie Sufi, Sheila Alterman, Sharon Gutsky, Ronnie Brown, Carol Nymark, Larry Nymark, Kathleen Archambault, Rabbi Ellen Dreyfus, Stefano Michelasi, Denise Blackburn, Jan Bernstein, Larry Levine, Len Schutzman, Steve DeTiener, Rob Dicker, Scott Penskard, Beverly Klein, Harvey Waller, Dolores Jakierski, Rabbi Dara Lerner, Valerie Foxman, Harvey Simpson, Laura Mendelson, and all who suffer, whom we know not by name. Mishaberach Avotenu, Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov ve'imotenu, Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah, Hu yivarech v'rapeh et kol cholei Yisrael, vayishlach lahem bimheira, refuah shlema, refuah tanefesh, refuah taguf, and omar. Amen. May God, who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind, And let us say, Amen.
Misheberach Avotenu Mikor Abraham Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor Abraham lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Ya'amod Eitan Yaakov ben Ephraim Moshe Umendel Riva. Ta'amod Bela bat Shandol ve'Avraham. Will the congregation please rise? You ready? We're going to push down. Push down.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to invite to the Bema at this time to lead us in our prayer for America, our very own Effie Barnett.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing with those who are in need. Help us to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways we serve you. Bless our country that it may be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. We praise you, O God, the source of peace. Amen.
And it is my pleasure to invite ceremonially to our Bema to lead us in our prayer for Israel, Deanie Grossman.
So I do have to apologize. Just when I went to check the recording, it was not working of Deanie's. So I might have to read the prayer for Israel.
So reading on behalf of Deanie Grossman will be Rabbi Camel.
Oh, no, I have to find the prayer for Israel. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen. And we continue as to return the Torah to the ark. I invite everyone to please rise as we sing Eitz Chaim Hi.
Eitz Chaim Hi lama kazikim b'tomchecha meushar. Eitz Chaim Hi lama kazikim b'tomchecha meushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom. It is a tree of life to those who all pass to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who all pass to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Please be seated. Rabbi, before you and Judy bless our fabulous sixth graders, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to our wonderful teachers. Our religious school, led by Marla Friedman, has done an incredible job during COVID, doing the best we can to teach these kids, to keep them engaged and keep them getting ready toward their B'nai Mitzvah and toward confirmation. And you have both done truly a terrific job. So we cannot thank you enough, Marla Friedman, Rachel Wood, our inclusion specialist, Rabbi Camel, who also did the tech for tonight, and of course, Judy Miller, who also made this incredible visual tefillah, to our wonderful, awesome madricha, Hannah, and of course, to Dini Grossman, for whom Rabbi Camel read on her behalf. Thank all of you for your contribution to our religious school, to all of our families, and to our community, because we are truly strengthened and made stronger because of your talents and your goodness. And so at this time, I invite our sixth grade teacher extraordinaire, Judy Miller, to come to the bima.
Shabbat Shalom. This is probably your first hybrid, tribrid Shabbaton that you've attended. I'll be honest, it's the first one I've organized. I am Judy Miller. I am one of the sixth grade Hebrew teachers. Usually I would take this time to tell you about our visual tefillah presentation, which was amazing. But tonight I want to take a moment to thank the sixth grade Kehillah, or community. I apologize if this sounds like an acceptance speech for an award, but I think it is a good time to show some gratitude. I don't think anyone will be shocked to learn that it's been a weird year. In general, and in sixth grade Hebrew. On the one hand, I feel like I cheated because I have taught this wonderful group of students before. So I knew their names and faces, even if their cameras weren't always on. On the other hand, we had our challenges. Technology challenges, scheduling challenges, maybe some motivational challenges. Which is why I want to say Toda Rabbah, thank you to the sixth grade students. Thank you for being here tonight or recording your part, whether it was on Zoom or in the sanctuary. Thank you for participating and for showing up when you could all year long. Thank you for working hard, and it really shows. Thank you for your patience with each other and your teachers, especially when we had those technology challenges. And most of all, thank you for making me laugh throughout the year. My motto since the beginning of this year has been that Hebrew school should not be a source of stress to anyone. and I hope that was at least mostly the case. I know a large part of the reason I was not overwhelmed this year was because I have a wonderful co-teacher in Deanie Grossman and a fantastic madricha in Hannah Blanchette. So thank you to both of them for the great work they've done with students all year and for making it possible for our small groups to run smoothly. Thank you to Rabbi Camel for being an integral part of the 6th grade Kehillah this year. As a 6th grade Judaica teacher, I enjoyed getting to work with you, and you will be missed next year. And double thank you for your amazing tech skills in putting together the students' recordings for this evening. You took the pieces of this project and you made it work for me, so thank you. And thank you to Marla Friedman for your trust and support for me and the students throughout this year and past years. And finally, thank you, 6th grade parents. I know you're the ones behind the scenes, fielding emails, making sure your students log in on time, helping them practice at home. You may not log in each week, but you are a part of our Kehillah, and it could not function without you. So in closing, I will say to Rabbi Koznowski and the larger congregational Kehillah this class is a part of, Toda Rabbah. Thank you for letting us share our learning with you tonight, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Judy, for those wonderful and wise words, because it is true that our 6th grade has worked so hard and be able to build a Kehillah even in these difficult times. And now it is my pleasure to give a blessing for our 6th grade, and of course an extra thank you, of course, to our wonderful teachers of Miss Deanie Grossman, Miss Judy Miller, and our wonderful madricha, Hannah Blanchette, as I invite everyone to please rise in either body or spirit, even in our Zoom room over here. Everyone to please rise for a special blessing, but especially, of course, special blessing for our 6th grade, our Kita Vav Kehillah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yikunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God give you all peace. Amen. Everyone may be seated. And Cindy will now sing our wonderful sermon anthem.
Contained within this week's Torah portion is what Rabbi Akiva calls the greatest teaching in the Torah, which says, Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You should love your neighbor as yourself. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Ze klam gadol b'Torah, b'Torah. Ze klam gadol Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. This is the teaching of our Torah. This is the teaching of our Torah. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha.
Good evening. My name is Paul Hines, and I'm representing the Board of Directors tonight. Thank you to the rabbis for leading services, for Cindy Michelasi for our music, and to Marla Freeman, the teachers, parents, and students of the 6th grade class. And of course, thank you to all of you who are joining us this evening, whether virtually or in person. I'd like to bring a few programs to your attention. Next week is our congregational retreat. We are having retreat this Friday and Saturday, April 30th and May 1st, and we're having it here in Lombard at that time. We will have a lot of exciting activities planned, including storytelling, s'mores, bubbles, social action projects, some online games. I'm going to host movie trivia if you're interested. A babka making class, Havdalah, and an outdoor movie. There's an email that was sent out with a lot more information, and please be sure to register in advance. We will hold confirmation for our 2020 students on May 7th and our 2021 students on May 14th. Watch your email for an exciting Shavuot program that takes place on Sunday, May 16th. And finally, details of our congregation's annual meeting taking place on Tuesday, May 25th will be emailed out this Sunday evening. Please take a look at the material. Shabbat Shalom.
We come now to our concluding prayers, and it is my pleasure to ask those students who are in the sanctuary to remain masked, but to come on up for a moment of extreme cuteness as we rise together for Aleinu, which can be found in our prayer book on page 282 at the bottom of the page. Come on up, kids. We're going to socially distance you on the bima, kind of facing the cameras. It'll be fabulous. Just you wait. Okay, come on up. So, Charlie, I'm going to have you stand right here, and you're going to kind of face. There you go. There you go. You're going to stand right here. Kind of face out a little bit. See the camera up there? Good. All right, here we go. All right, Cindy.
Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kecho hamonam, vanachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'ne'emar v'chaya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz bayom havu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
Please be seated. At this time in our worship service, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, whose yortzeit we commemorate this Shabbat. We recall with love Morley Brickman, father of Karen Burstein, Gertrude Fain, grandmother of Philip Hurwitz, Ida Haber, mother-in-law of Joyce Haber, Hyman Kraus, father of Daniel Kraus, Molly Rosen, grandmother of Judith Stein, Richard Elrod, cousin of Terry Shapiro, Shirley Gendel, aunt of Gary Pollier, Abe Albert Gistenson, grandfather of Michael Field, Robert Schwartz, father of Lawrence Schwartz, Thomas Somlo, father of Carolyn Berlin, Yusef Tavana, father of Sima Tavana, Agdas Tavana, mother of Sima Tavana, Ben Frankel, brother of Dina Fruin, Anne Headington, mother-in-law of Maureen Headington. Jack Herback, grandfather of Al Herback. Susie Crinsley, sister of Anne Stein. Suzanne Joan Zimmerman, mother of Gary Zimmerman. Robert Sullivan, father of Robert Sullivan. Michael Wagner, father of Gilda Ross. Dale Froelich, father of Naomi Fine. Anita Gardner, grandmother of Joe and Molly Gardner. Jackie Holt, mother of Sharon Holt. Sanford J. Olshan, father of Blythe Olshan Findley. Keith Matthew Stoller, son of Landra Dunn. Regina Redman, mother of Sharon Clark. Maurice Blonder, father of Ellen Simpson. Miriam Dubinsky, aunt of Reese Kaiser. Charles Riskin, father of Terry Claus. Rabbi Reuven Frankel, uncle of Dina Fruin. We also mourn the recent passing of Lynn Bressler, wife of Stephen Bressler, friend of Marcy and Ken Siegel. Lonnie Harris, husband of Lisa Harris, father of Gabriel Harris. And Darrell Kahn, son of Kathleen Green and Gary Kahn. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as together we recite Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found in our prayer book on page 294. Will the congregation please rise? Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chol dachol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalal uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
V'imru amen. V'imru amen. V'imru amen. V'imru amen.
Our closing song this evening, Or Zarua, can be found on page 343.
Or Zarua, Latzadik, U'Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, U'Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, U'Yisrael Simcha. U'Yisrael Simcha. Or Zarua, Latzadik, U'Yisrael Simcha. U'Yisrael Simcha. Pa 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 pa
Let us always pray as if everything depended upon God, but let us always act as if everything depends upon us. Shabbat Shalom. Yasher Koach, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Kai.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you so much.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Thanks for your help, Paul. Paul, thanks for your help. Oh, well.